Over the last 30 days or so, every time the University of Kentucky has played a basketball game, I've been opening wax. A lot of you have been following this series. I call it the multitasking series. College basketball is over. So we're going to do a recap of what's happened over the last month or so as we've opened multiple packs of football, basketball, baseball, wax, and what's really happened, because we're looking at 101% return on our investment. Say it again, 101% return on our investment based upon what we've opened during the last month or so of the college basketball season. So let's get into it. I told you guys I would do a recap when it's over, and I will. And that's what we're going to do today. Really, what started this was, let me fix this real quick. What really started this is when I got back in the sports card hobby a little over a year ago, all I heard was you can't make money opening wax. You can't make money opening wax. And I accepted that. I still would buy a hobby box or something, a retail box, even a new product when it came out, just to see it and to look at it. And I probably did this for the first 6 months or so. When a new product would come out, I would open one box and that was it. And then as time went on, I'm thinking, well, I'm making money. I am making money every time I open anything. I'm making money. So why do people say you can't make money opening wax? And I figured it out. And really, I agree. I agree. Okay, I agree with this concept. If you're only looking for colored cards, parallels, short prints, autographs, patch cards, etc. If you are not paying attention at all to base, and I agree with this 100%, you won't make money. I would have not made money, and I've opened a lot. If I was only paying attention to those cards, but not paying attention to base, if you're wanting to make money in this niche, hobby, business, whatever you want to call it, not paying attention to base, just because you don't collect base doesn't mean others don't. And the majority of the hobby are collectors who are focused on teams and focused on individual players, and they collect base. And I'm going to really try to my best to drive this point home. And I really decided, I don't think I'm even going to take the time to do this video because everything's already been documented. It's all out there. But this week, and I love going to Cards HQ. They're not too far from us here in Atlanta. I love the store. It's phenomenal. I love the content they put out on YouTube. Uh, just a lot of great information, especially with Teapot. It's just phenomenal. Uh, but there was a video, and y'all probably have seen this. Did I make money? And Jeff opened, I think, 3 hobby boxes, I believe was the total. And when it was all said and done, he lost over $800 opening 3 hobby box. And when I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, I can make money with that box. He opens it. I would definitely make money with that box. I would make money with that box. And probably Cards HQ will as well. But again, it's the mindset in which you're opening that. If you're opening it and you're only looking for the hits, autographs, patches, short prints, etc., you're not going to make money. You will not make money. But if you change your mindset, you can make money, as I've shown over and over and over during the last month or so of basketball season. And he at the end he opened a box of luminaries and pulled out a phenomenal Ronald Acuna card that sells for about $150. So he lost $500 just on that one box. And for those of you that may not be familiar, Luminaries, it's all autographs, all high-end cards, and there's one card in every box. One card. So just stop for a second. Let's ask ourselves this question. There's one card in the box. Is that product, Luminaries, is it for collectors or is it for gamblers? I mean, really, what do you think? Is that a box for collectors or is that a box for gamblers? Because I love this Ronald Acuna card and I would like to have it. I'm a big Braves fan. Love Ronald Acuna. But I'm not hoping to pull it out of a Luminaries box. If I want the card, I'll go on eBay and buy it for $150, which all collectors would, wouldn't they? I cannot see any collector ever, under any circumstances, buying a Luminaries box. And if I'm missing something, please tell me. Why would a collector, a real collector, buy Luminaries? It's made for gamblers. It's made for gamblers. So a lot of the cards that we opened during this last month, a lot of you might have seen the video where it was called A Great Sports Card Morning, where we actually bought 35 wax packs, football, baseball, basketball, from a gentleman we found on Facebook Marketplace. We bought 35. So that's where most of these came from. Then we went to Walmart, did a few runs, bought a few retail boxes, etc. But every week during the basketball season, the last month or so, every time UK played, I opened. A lot of you watch this. I'm just going to breeze through this, and then we'll wrap this up. But the first time we did this was the video. We actually made $40 profit. And most of these cards we pull and we list them right on eBay or other selling platforms that night, as you guys see. I call it multitasking. I open the wax, and while I'm watching the ball game during commercials or whatever, I'm doing my research and I'm listing cards. And I break everything down, every card that we pull, where it's going to go, how we're going to process it, where we're going to sell it. So with this Panini Rip, we end up making $43.54 on what was this? Made $8.45. Not a lot on that one. 35% return on our investment, which wasn't bad. We only had $21 in the packs that we opened. This one we made 400% profit, $69 on this one. And again, I'm not going to recap all the videos. They're all online. You can go check them out if you want. This particular pool, this night, we did $37 profit. This one, we actually pulled two fat packs, 2025 Series 1 Topps Baseball at Walmart, and turned around and made a net profit, $15.89. I don't know what the percentage ended up being on that. We invested 29 and we made 15, so that's over 50% return just on two Series 1 Baseball 2025 that you can go right now to Walmart and buy. This one we made $17, 60% return. On this particular opening, we did $28.58 in profit. And again, this is why I'm watching basketball. This one we opened 5 wax, no hits. We made $100 profit. Cost of goods was $15. Our return is a profit, $114 on a $15 investment. Guys, we did this over and over and over, and we showed you on the videos. Here we invested $26. Our profit was $44.92. We doubled our money. So just to recap, during this experiment, during the Kentucky basketball games, our total investment was $219.25, and our profit, $439.23. It's 101% return on our money. Now, I could have invested around $219 and got this cool Undertaker PSA 10 5 out of 99 card, spent the same money. Or seriously, I could have invested in this Bobby Witt Jr. short print from 2022 Bowman for about the same money. And I put this in because this is actually a card I'm looking to buy. I think I possibly can buy this card, sell it by the All-Star break and make $50, which, that's not bad. It's a 25% or so return on my money. And I do this kind of stuff every day. I don't talk about it a lot on my channel because my channel right now, what we're focusing on is trying to communicate to people that if you're patient and you don't need the money tomorrow and you're willing to do the work, because it's a lot of work, but if you're willing to do the work and you're patient, that you can guarantee yourself profits with sports cards. Opening wax is just one of about a dozen things that we do. That's just one of about a dozen. But you can make money every single time you open wax if you're willing to follow the systems, be willing to list cards that you sell for $1.89 and you make 60 or 70 or 80%, 80 cents on. And we do it kind of as loss leaders, is the way I look at it. It's a loss leader. It's a way to expose people to our eBay store and to what we're doing, how we're doing it. So it's almost like advertising for us when we sell these low dollar cards, is the way I generally look at it. So I think the two things that I want to communicate in this for people that are really serious about making money with sports cards, there's no question. It's much easier to buy this card, hold it to the All-Star break this year, or hold it for a year. If this is a good long-term hold, because on my list of 12 or so, what I call Hall of Fame potential players, Bobby Witt's at the top of that. He's one of the 10 or 12 people that we consistently invest in because he's got all the tools. And he's got what I call X factor, which you guys that watch our videos know what I'm talking about when I talk about X factor. So he's somebody I don't mind investing in because I think he's a good long-term hold. I just really do. And if I don't feel like they have a good long-term potential, I'm not going to buy them anyway. I'm not going to buy the latest, hottest rookie in the minor leagues that hadn't even come up yet. I'm not going to do it. It makes no sense to me from any way, shape, or form. But Bobby Witt, I put eyes on him. He's the real deal. So I could have done that and it'd been a whole lot easier. But here's the thing, from my perspective, I'm going to watch Kentucky play basketball every time they're on anyway. So why not multitask and be doing something productive with that time? That was my approach here. And I think the two things I want people to understand is, number one, there are more team collectors and player collectors in the market than what I call hot potato flippers. People that are trying to buy this card this week and sell it next week or sell it next month. I have no interest in putting $200 in a card and hoping to make $215 or $220 from it, a month from now or a week from now. I'll never play that game. It makes no sense to me. But that's where a lot of the gamblers play. Those are the guys that are buying the Illuminaries product. And just because you don't buy base doesn't mean others don't, and most do. Most do. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to do the recap. I promised that I would. I hope this has helped. If you want to see any of the videos, you can go back. They're all on this channel. We appreciate all the new subscribers that have subscribed to our channel since we started doing this. I don't plan on doing this anymore, but I am going to start videotaping when we buy wax, just to document the journey, really. Okay, guys, y'all have a great one. Enjoy the NCAA tournament. I'm actually headed to Kentucky. My dad and I go to the boys' high school Sweet 16 every single year. They call it the greatest show on earth. and it's fabulous high school basketball. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, Kentucky plays Friday in the first game of the NCAA, and keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that Kentucky does well. And I'm sure the SEC is going to have a great showing in March Madness. So you guys enjoy this time of the year. It's fun. Baseball starts in about 8-9 days for opening day. Can't wait for that to start. And I hope you enjoy the hobby, have fun. And just because everybody says you can't make money with wax doesn't necessarily make it true. You can. You can make money every single time. Again, if you're patient and you're willing to do the work, because most people aren't. They just aren't. Have a good one. We'll talk to you in the next video.